your link to what's next.
All right, guys, welcome back. Hey, let's get started with another page from My Payne's investment playbook.
You do a lot of things great, but parallel parking isn't one of them. You're either too far from the curb or too close to other cars. It's just a matter of time until you rip some guy's bumper off. So here are your choices. Take the bus or get Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I got to tell you something. The first time I saw that Liberty Mutual Insurance commercial, I really thought it was going to get a whole lot of pushback. It makes it seem like women just cannot drive. You know, as it turns out, though, business has actually gotten better at marketing to women from back in the day. Take a look at this. This is an ad from 1964, Volkswagen. Let's put that ad back up there. I want them to take a look at this. This is amazing. 1964, right? They made no bones about their opinion of female drivers. Sooner or later, your wife will drive home one of the best reasons for owning a Volkswagen. 1964. Yet, you know what? The further back we go, even before that whole Mad Men era, the more blatantly disrespectful marketing was to women. And then, of course, these days, a lot of the debate is about marketing and women and often centered on sexism. So a lot to talk about here, guys, and I think we got the right power-packed panel to maybe get all sides of this so-called debate. And Matt, you don't have to say anything.
Oh, I'm in this. I'm in this.
All right, here's our real deal. We brought Megan Hooper back, founder of BeSmartGuide.com. She's joining us. Now, Megan, was I being a little bit too sensitive about this Liberty Mutual commercial?
You know, Charles, I'm glad you brought this up because I myself find it difficult to parallel park and cut my meat and balance my checkbook. And, oh my goodness, Liberty Mutual, I do need to take the bus as well. No, the commercial was ridiculous. There are more female drivers than men drivers from 1995 to 2010.
But who had the most crashes?
Crashes have decreased overall, so we're going to assume that women have helped that out. I think Liberty Mutual got it right in that they want to market to women, but they got it wrong saying that we're uncoordinated idiots.
Well, first of all, women do a lot of the deciding what insurance you go to, so I think they're going after the right person.
But look at the woman. She was all frumpy, and she just didn't look like
that's the average American. That's the average American woman.
Look at the women on this set. Come on.
Listen to me. How about them going after dads? They came out, Huggies had a commercial the last couple of years about this diaper that lasts all day for the frantic dad who can't change diapers. I'm not up in arms saying that I'm upset because dads can't change diapers. I mean, it's just certain people act certain ways.
I'll tell you how this insurance company got it right. What they did is that they marketed to a woman who is real. And I think that's where a lot of these companies are missing the mark. They're forgetting that there are more real women than women. I mean, as much as I love my ladies here, we are glammed up here, and we're 0.5%. And they are really trying to market to that real person, and I think that's why it's resonating. So you're right. Maybe I agree with you. Not all women are bad drivers. I'm a great driver, but this woman in this commercial, she is a real woman out there, and that's why it's most effective.
All right, Danny, what do you think?
You know, we're talking about it, so I think that gives it a lot more credibility. But I have to say that this whole idea of, you know, these big companies are saying, wow, women control everything. We really need to how to market towards women. They have no tone at the top. So for the most part, there's not a lot of women at the top who are teaching these men how to actually talk. But from the bottom part,
as consumers, though.
As consumers, we control the whole thing. I mean, we are the biggest buyer out there, 80%.
But are you offended by the commercial?
I get easily offended by commercials.
I know you do.
I know you do.
That's why I asked you. Tracy, okay, and also the sex sales part.
Unoffendable because I grew up in a Sicilian household where anything goes. So I do not base my purchasing power or decision based on these stupid commercials. Actually, I'd love to know who gets paid to come up with some of these dumb ideas. I think we're giving it way too much.
I think you take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, relax.
I found the poor grammar the most offensive thing towards women, quite frankly.
Which one?
The poor grammar. If you hear.
I actually can't parallel park.
Yeah. Well, listen, a lot of people on the East Coast can't. Okay, now for our final real deal, let's talk about this. To Danny's point, women, they represent $7 trillion in annual purchasing power. That's obviously a lot of money. And wooing the women, well, actually it's become a real paramount thing for a lot of these businesses. Heatha, Is anyone getting it right? And if they are getting it right, are they worthy investments?
We talk about it a lot. Under Armour. I mean, look at what they are doing to try to capture that market for women in athletic wear. They have Misty Copeland in that commercial. They have Giselle. They reran another Giselle commercial
Giselle's not
where
sexist?
she's. Excuse me.
How is she an athlete? How is that not sexist? Putting beautiful women in her.
Have you seen her?
She's not an athlete, but you're putting that sexist by putting a beautiful model in there.
Respectfully, Matt, to have a body like that and to be a mom of two and an entrepreneur.
She's not human. She's not human. Like, I do think there are people doing it. People are doing it right. Ralph Lauren started in the 1980s when he put a woman in a pinstripe suit. Like, there are companies that are doing it right, but no one.
I'm not
going out to buy Under Armour wear because Giselle's
I wish we had a
wearing it.
chart
She
right
eats
now of that
carrots.
Ralph Lauren from 1980. I bet you, when you saw that commercial and you thought it was right and you bought the stock,
you're absolutely right.
You'd have a yacht right now.
You are absolutely
Danny?
right.
It wasn't public back then, but you know, and I also think we should look at another segment instead of the beauty and the glam. Let's take a look at what we eat all day long, and some companies in that space. So Kraft, another company that has a lot of women
That's
at
not
the top.
the stereotypical homemaker. We're marketing toward that kind of thing.
Well, but they take it very seriously, and I think that that's the thing. Unless we take ourselves seriously, and we take our money seriously, and we take the things that we buy seriously, and our power seriously.
What about Dove?
The tone from the top,
Dove is awesome.
what Shelley Lazarus did at Ogilvy as an agency and what she did with Dove, it was fantastic. But I think the tone is too often men towards women, and we need more women like Shelley in those agencies, in those brands, exactly as Danny said.
Is that publicly traded?
Yeah, Unilever is the owner of Dove, so I think that's a great stock. And that Dove commercial, even as a man, washing that is, it shows how different sizes doesn't matter. I think that's a great, and they're really supporting women in that commercial.
I'd love that too. I thought it was pretty cool. I think they tried to make it controversial, but I thought people do come in different sizes.
But it's our own fault for trying to say, well, this is geared towards women and this is geared towards men. Why? It doesn't have to be.
I agree, and I just and the millennial perspective, though, is we're not looking for things that are empowering to women or feminists, so to speak. We're looking for things that are generally inspiring. We represent 1.3 trillion in consumer spending. There are more millennials than there are baby boomers, and what we want is
before we go out, guys. Before we go out, I heard a great commercial the other day, and I couldn't write down the name of the company. It was an auto parts company. Now, that's traditionally something men do, tinker with the car, but it was about a woman saying, hey, I love tinkering with the car. Is that good? Is that smart? Is that heading in the right direction?
I think it's real.
I love that. I love that because I think that, what we do as humans is we're inspired by things that we see. So things that we see like, oh, wow, I can do that too.
So, Tracy, you don't parallel park, but I bet you could break down an engine.
Change your oil?
I have done stuff.
I think it's a terrible idea, by the way, because
point A to point B.
As a company, you're there to make money, not inspire somebody to go fix their car. I think it's a terrible commercial.
All right, let's end it right there, guys.